The scoreboard glowed 78-78, 4 seconds on the clock. The entire arena held its breath. Ren Akiyama caught the inbound pass and rose without hesitation. The ball left his fingers in a high, unnatural arc. The air rippled. Gravity seemed to bend. The ball kissed nothing but net as the buzzer screamed. But when the cameras found Ren's face, there was no joy, only a hollow stare. 5 years earlier, on this same court, the crowd had fallen silent for a different reason. A middle school game. Yui Takahashi collapsed near the free throw line. She never woke up outside a hospital bed. After the funeral, Ren disappeared. Some said the guilt broke him. Others whispered he had lost his mind. But today, 5 years later, the gym doors swung open and Ren walked back in.
You've got some nerve showing your face here, Akiyama.
Get out. You are the reason she's dead.
Leave him alone, Hana. He's not worth the breath you are wasting.
A deep voice echoed. Coach Yamamoto stepped onto the polished wood, his eyes sharp as broken glass.
I decide who wears this uniform. Ren Akiyama. Take a ball and show me you still belong.
Ren walked to the rack in silence. He grabbed a ball, his fingers tracing the worn seams as if they were an old friend. He didn't warm up. He just turned and launched it. A high arcing shot that seemed to hang in the air like a question. The ball spun in zero gravity for a frozen second, then sliced through the net with a whisper.
That's not possible. You've been gone 5 years. How?
Hana's face twisted. She backed away, then fled through the exit, her footsteps echoing in the silence.
I've seen many things in this gym over the years. That shot was not human.
He's a weapon, but weapons break. The question is, who gets hurt?
Hana walked the empty streets alone, her mind replaying the impossible shot. The anger was a shield. Behind it, something fragile bled.
He abandoned her. He abandoned all of us. I will never, ever forgive him.
2 years before the collapse, beneath a canopy of cherry blossoms, Ren and Yui made a pact.
Promise me, Ren, when we get to high school, we'll win nationals. Just you and me.
Ren's pinky locked with hers. Petals drifted. He couldn't know that vow would become the heaviest weight. Hana sat on her bed, an old photograph trembling in her grip. Yui's smile, untouched by pain, stared up.
Why did you believe in him so much? He left you. He left us. I can't forgive that.
Later, under a full moon, Ren stood alone on the outdoor court. His breath misted in the chill air. He rose for another gravity shot, but his hand seized. Dark veins crawled up his wrist, splitting his skin like rot.
Not here, not yet. He yanked the sleeve down and glanced around. No one had seen.
The first league game arrived. The gym roared as Ren stepped onto the court, Uniform 7 clinging to his lean frame. His first shot arched impossibly high. The air distorted, and the ball sliced through the net without sound. Shot after shot broke their defense, but his face stayed cold. Only the tremor in his hands whispered the truth. After the third gravity basket, Ren stumbled on the landing. His knees buckled, and he clutched his chest for a frozen moment.
He almost collapsed. Why do I care? Because Yui would have cared. What was that out there? You are barely standing. What are you hiding?
She grabbed his arm, but he wrenched free before her eyes could land on the dark secret hidden beneath the sleeve.
He's falling apart, and she's getting too close. This won't end well.
Hana stormed out, slamming the door. Ren stood alone in the empty locker room, the pain a dull hammer in his wrist.
Each shot costs a piece of me. But as long as I can stand, I'll keep shooting.
The next morning, Hana knelt before Yui's grave. A cold wind scattered leaves across the engraved name.
I don't understand, Yui. Why did he come back? Why now, after all these years?
A familiar voice answered from behind. Coach Yamamoto stood a respectful distance away, his eyes gentle.
Yui spoke to me before the end. Her last dream was to watch you both play at nationals.
You are holding back. What burden does Ren carry? Tell me.
I promised Yui I would protect her memory. That is all I can reveal.
That night, Hana crept to the outdoor court. Under the moon, Ren launched shot after impossible shot. His hand flared with dark veins. Writhing like living shadow, the air hummed with something unnatural.
That's not just a shot. Something is devouring him from the inside. I'll make him tell me everything, even if I have to tear it out of him.
The next afternoon, Hana blocked Ren's path outside the gym. Her glare could cut glass.
I saw you last night, the veins spreading like poison. Don't you dare lie to me.
It's not your burden to carry.
You left Yui to die. Now you swagger back and expect absolution? You are killing yourself for nothing.
I am doing this for her. Don't you understand?
His voice shattered. For a heartbeat, Ren looked more broken than Hana had ever seen anyone. He pushed past her and strode away, his fading footsteps echoing like a dying heartbeat. That evening, Hana rummaged through Yui's old memory box. Photos, ribbons, a faded diary. Beneath a pressed flower, she found an envelope. Ren's name was penned in Yui's delicate script.
A letter from Yui. He never even knew she wrote this.
A flash of memory. 5 years passed, a sunlit hospital room. Yui's frail hand guided a pen across the page.
Ren's playing his first high school game today. I know he'll carry our dream. When the time comes, please give him this letter.
Back in the present, the envelope trembled in Hana's grip. She wouldn't violate Yui's trust. She found him on the moonlit court. He was slumped against the pole, breath ragged. Black veins crawled from his collar, pulsing with each labored beat of his heart.
I can't let him die. Not before he knows the truth. Ambulance, please. He's collapsed at Saren Outdoor Court.
Minutes later, paramedics lifted his limp body onto a stretcher. Hana watched, clutching Yui's unread letter. Her sister's last words pressed against her palm in the hospital room. The lead physician faced Hana and Taro with a grim expression. His vitals are failing, but every test returns normal. It's as if his life is being siphoned away. Ren's eyes fluttered open. He tried to rise, but Taro stepped into his path.
You are not going anywhere until you tell us what's happening to you.
It's a technique. Forbidden, it bends gravity, but it eats the user from the inside.
Who taught you this cursed thing? Who did you trade your life to?
A man. I can't say his name. The price was my life for the power.
He traded his existence for what? To keep a middle school promise?
Ren pushed past Taro and walked out, the letter still unread in Hana's grip.
I won't let this be your end. Not after everything Yui sacrificed.
The qualifier match was slipping away. Siren trailed by 12 with 4 minutes left. Then the gym doors swung open. Ren Akiyama walked in, still wearing a hospital bracelet. He stepped onto the court without a word. The ball found his hands as if summoned. He rose. The ball bent the air itself, looping in a wide arc that kissed the net. As the shot fell, black veins bloomed across his forearm, visible to every stunned spectator. Ren's vision blurred. The court swam, but he demanded the ball again and again.
He's tearing himself apart, but we need every bucket to survive this.
With 10 seconds left, the score was tied. Ren held the ball, veins pulsing up his neck. The buzzer screamed. Seirin won. Ren collapsed, blood dripping from his nose onto the floor.
You can't keep doing this. You are dying, Ren.
After the win, the locker room felt more like a tomb. Ren sat hunched on the bench, blood still staining his jersey.
You think this is brave? Dying for a game? You are a coward, Akiyama. You'll leave us with your ghost and call it victory? That's not what Yui would have wanted.
Taro, stop. He's not the enemy here. This is from Yui. She wrote it for you before she died.
Ren stared at the familiar handwriting. His name, in her delicate strokes, broke through the noise. Without a word, he stood and walked out, the unopened letter crushed in his fist. The door hadn't finished swinging when Coach Yamamoto stepped into the silence.
There is a legend of a Void Master who grants impossible skills, but takes a piece of your soul as payment.
The team exchanged hollow glances. The myth had grown claws. Ren sat in his old bedroom, alone. Dust motes floated in the evening light. He unfolded the letter slowly. My dear Ren, if you are reading this, I am already gone. You made me a promise to win nationals, but I need you to promise me something else. Live, even if it means without me. The dream was never the trophy. It was you. P.S. If a miracle finds you, use it, but don't lose yourself in the process. Years ago, in a shadowed forest, Ren had knelt before a figure wreathed in ancient mist.
You wish for the power to bend gravity. Very well, but the price is your place among the living.
Ren had whispered only one word, granted. Back in the dusty room, Ren's tears fell onto Yui's looping signature.
She wanted me to live, but I already traded that away. There's no turning back.
The next evening, Hana stood outside Ren's door, fist hovering over the wood. The door opened. Ren's face was a mask of frost.
I am sorry. I blamed you for everything, but that letter was meant for your heart, not mine.
Go home, Hana.
You are packing for the finals. Please, don't do this. Yui would hate it.
Ren's eyes flared violet. He caught her wrist. Black veins pulsed beneath his sleeve.
I read a copy. She wanted you to live, Ren, not throw yourself into the grave.
It's too late. The Void Master's power is already taking me. I have days, maybe a week.
Hana's knees hit the floor. A scream locked in her throat. Ren leaned against the door. The scar on his back pulsed. Outside, Hana's sobs filled the silence. Hours before dawn, Ren knelt at Yui's grave. The air was cold, the stars hidden behind clouds.
I couldn't keep your real wish, but this one last promise. I won't break.
He folded his old jersey, the one from their middle school days, and laid it against the stone. From the tree line, Hana watched. She didn't step forward.
I won't stop you, but I'll be there until the very end.
Morning arrived. The team gathered at the gym, their faces drawn but unbreakable.
We know the cost. You shoot. We rebound. Every bucket. We're right there.
You've made your choice, Ren. We will honor it and fight beside you.
Ren lowered his head. His voice came out rough, barely a whisper.
Then let's finish this. For Yui.
The national finals arena shook with noise. The opponent, unbeaten for 3 years, took the court like titans. Their ace, a wall of muscle, glared at Ren like something to be crushed. Every movement they made dripped contempt.
They're right. Without the void shot, I am barely a player.
Taro fought for every inch, but their defense swallowed every drive. The scoreboard bled red. At halftime, Saren trailed by 20. The locker room door closed like a casket.
You don't have to do this, Ren. We'll find another way, even if it's ugly.
There is no other way. Let me finish what I started. For Yui.
I won't look away, not even when the light goes out.
This play, if you take the shot, will clear the path. Make it count.
Ren stood. The shadows in his veins pulsed. He walked out to meet his end. The second half began. Taro launched a desperate alley-oop. Ren caught it mid-flight, the ball already warping the air around it. The shot spun impossibly, curving past 2 defenders like a living thing, and sliced through the net without sound. As silence swallowed the crowd, the black veins on Ren's neck crawled visibly higher. Ren's vision swam. The court streaked violet and shadow. He blinked away the fog, his lungs burning.
Stop it, Ren. You'll die.
A timeout was called. Ren collapsed onto the bench, gasping, a thin trail of blood threading from his nose.
Make it count.
Coach Yamamoto's hand fell on his shoulder. His eyes held no pity, only fierce pride. The team circled him, united. They stood as one, ready to step back into the fire. The scoreboard flickered. 78-78. 2 minutes of regulation and a lifetime of consequence. The clock bled under a minute. 2 defenders smothered Ren, arms swarming like living shadows. Taro bulldozed through, slamming a screen that freed a sliver of daylight. Ren rose. The world dissolved into slow motion. Noise became silence. In that frozen heartbeat, he saw Yui, her smile bright as the day they promised.
I'll keep our promise.
The void shot unleashed. The ball became a black streak, tearing through the air like a wound in reality. The court buckled. Gravity screamed. For a splinter of time, the whole gym saw the void. The ball hung on the rim, spinning twice. Once for every year he'd been gone. It dropped. The buzzer screamed. Ren's descent felt like an eternity. The crowd erupted, but he didn't hear it. The team rushed to lift him onto their shoulders, but their arms swept through a body that no longer held weight. Hana tore past the bench, her scream ripping through the muttering stands. Taro lunged to catch Ren as he crumbled.
We won. The promise kept.
No, stay with us. You can't leave. Not now, not ever.
A voice older than the court rumbled through the silence. The Void Master, unseen but everywhere.
The price is paid. Your place among the living is forfeit.
Ren's body scattered into particles of light. From the radiance, a second figure emerged, Yui.
Thank you, Ren. You kept our promise. Now it's time to rest.
The ancient voice faded, and with it, the last of Ren's form. His hand, reaching for Hana, dissolved into motes. Only his jersey remained, a crumpled number 7 on the hardwood. The promise was kept, but the cost was a life. The championship trophy ceremony lacked all glory. Hana clutched Ren's jersey, not flowers.
I won't let them forget. Not Yui, not Ren, not ever.
This trophy isn't ours. It belongs to Ren Akiyama and Yui Takahashi.
The crowd, which had come for spectacle, fell into a stunned, respectful hush. Hana clutched a worn photograph, Yui and Ren as children, their pinky promise frozen in time.
Ren's dying wish was for this team to keep playing. Don't let him down.
Taro slammed his fist against the locker, the metal echoing like a dying heartbeat.
We'll carry that fire. Next year, the year after, we play for them.
One by one, the team placed their hands on Ren's empty locker, a silent vow sealed in tears. On the empty court, a lone petal fluttered onto the center circle. The promise would never be forgotten. Weeks later, Hana walked onto the outdoor court at dusk. The air was still, the echoes silent. She knelt where Ren used to practice and placed a bouquet of white lilies on the cold asphalt.
Thank you, Yui, for sending him back to us, even if it was only for a little while.
She picked up a weathered basketball from the corner. It felt heavier than gravity itself.
I'll keep playing too, for both of you.
She dribbled once, twice, then launched a simple layup. The ball kissed the backboard and drifted into the net. As the ball bounced away, a single cherry blossom petal floated down and landed on her hand.
Maybe, just maybe, you are both still here.
A flash of memory. 2 children, pinkies intertwined, laughing under a cascade of petals, and on the empty court, 2 Shiba Inu puppies played with a basketball, their promise now a gentle sunbeam. The black puppy nudged the basketball toward the white one, a perfect pass across the fading court lines. The white puppy caught it with a joyful bark and tumbled, chasing the ball in a happy circle. Their paws left no mark on the asphalt, yet the sound of their game felt eternal. The camera pulled back, and the court melted into a memory. 2 children with linked pinkies under a cascade of blossoms. The promise they made that day, to win, to live, to never let go, floated up with the petals. Cherry blossoms rained onto the empty court. the same court that had witnessed both tragedy and triumph. The two puppies, now faint silhouettes, nuzzled the ball one last time and faded like morning dew, and the rim, silently waiting, held only petals and the memory of a shot that bent gravity itself. Some promises transcend even gravity. The sun rose higher, the empty court waited, and somewhere two souls smiled. As spring deepened, the outdoor court remained still. A basketball rested at center, patient as a heartbeat. Petals spiraled through the net, one after another, like letters from an old friend. No footsteps, no dribble, only the hush of petals against pavement. But in that silence, the court remembered. Two children, pinkies linked, laughing under a cascade of blossoms. The promise they made never faded. It simply became the wind, the air, the gravity that holds everything together. The rim held a single petal, fragile as a crown worn only by those who dared to jump. And in that quiet, you could almost hear Yui's voice, warm, unwavering, calling from beyond. If a miracle finds you, use it, but don't lose yourself in the process. Ren hadn't lost himself. He had simply become part of the court, part of the sky, part of every shot that would ever fall. The sun climbed higher. The empty court waited. And somewhere, a new player picked up a ball. A shadow stretched across the outdoor court, an ordinary shape holding a basketball, hesitating at the free throw line. The hands were unfamiliar, but the grip on the leather held the same reverence as the boy who once promised beneath cherry blossoms. The player rose. No supernatural arc, no bending gravity, just a quiet, determined motion toward the rim. The ball sailed true, the rim welcoming it with a familiar swish that echoed across the empty asphalt. The ball bounced once, twice, then rolled to a stop at center court, as if remembering where the promise was first sealed. A memory rippled through the air. Two children, pinkies intertwined, their laughter woven into the cherry blossoms. Their promise didn't end with a final buzzer. It simply grew quieter, softer, like the echo of a ball in an empty gym. The rim held no net, only petals and the memory of a shot that bent gravity itself. And in that stillness, the court gave its final lesson. The truest shot isn't the one that defies gravity, but the one that lifts others to fly. Some promises transcend even gravity. They become the reason we jump, the faith that the net will catch us, and the hope that somewhere two souls are smiling.